To be honest, no, that's not one that, I mean, I think if anything, I think probably just because of the actress, Lara always reminds me a little bit of, always makes me think a little bit of Rosemary's Baby, and I think that's perhaps probably more what I was going in terms of feel. I really didn't come from a place of sort of film reference. It was originally, the influence was kind of fairy tale, because it's originally Changeling. It's a Scottish fairy story where a child gets switched with a fairy. But yeah, the kind of switch is that it's actually the mother that gets changed in this. So that was kind of the idea. But it was more about just really trying to get that feeling, that kind of postpartum feeling of all the kind of trauma that you're processing and all of the changes that you're going through. And I think so much is often very focused on the baby at that point, but usually a new mother is going through a huge amount of change as well. But I usually, my starting point is real life rather than necessarily cinema. But yeah, I'm going to have to think about that Body Snatchers reference, because it wasn't one that I had thought of, yeah. I mean, very well. I think, again, because there's no dialogue, it's been playing very internationally. I mean, often my films have tended to play in the UK and the United States because they're in English, but because this is no dialogue. It's only been on doing festivals for a couple of months, but yeah, it's played in Spain and it's played in Poland and Mexico and Brazil, and so I think because of that, it travels very well. Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy shoot because every single shot had a baby or an animal or a special effect, and I think it had to all be planned around that, because there's no point in the DP discuss some complicated shot, but if there's a rat there, it's always going to be about what the rat does. You know what I mean? You really have to work around what you're actually shooting. I think it's quite a short film, but we shot kind of 3 days, and I think particularly we built a platform for all of the kind of coming up out of the ground stuff, and that ended up taking. Yeah, that was really tight and really difficult to get that right, because we had to take the set and put it somewhere else, and again, it was very low budget. We didn't have the space to do it, and then it was incredibly ambitious in terms of effects for a low budget. How's it seen it? I mean, it's amazing I think it's only recently that I've discovered just how brilliant the Spanish audience is in terms of like genre audience. And I think, again, because I've generally screened in the UK and the States, this is like totally new for me, and it is. I mean, I had no idea just how dedicated and enthusiastic the audience were. So it's brilliant to see an audience like this. It's fantastic, yeah, and wonderful to see. Be really interesting. Hopefully, I get a chance to speak to some of the audience to see how they relate to it. Yeah.